There are moments in life when the universe calls upon us to recognize a truth much greater than what we can see with our physical eyes. This is one of those moments. The path you have walked, the awareness you have gained, and the understanding that has slowly unfolded before you, none of it is by chance. The universe, in its wisdom, has been preparing you for this time. The trials you've endured, the insights that seemed beyond ordinary perception, and the vision you've carried all along were not mere coincidences or fleeting thoughts. They were part of a larger, divine orchestration, an unfolding that has been set into motion long before the world began to catch up with what you already knew. You, the chosen one, have always seen the patterns. While others were distracted by the noise of the world, you noticed the subtle shifts. You were attuned to something deeper, a wisdom buried in sacred scriptures, ancient mythologies, and cosmic knowledge. These were not just stories to you, they were blueprints. You could read between the lines, see the connections others overlooked, and perceive the patterns that lay hidden from most. The divine was speaking to you, and you listened. What others dismissed as mere superstition or unfounded belief, you understood as part of a greater truth. A truth that was waiting for the right person, someone like you, to come forward and embrace it. The wisdom you've gathered is not born from mere faith, nor is it something you've read in a book or heard in passing. It comes from a deep place of inner knowing, an intuitive understanding that transcends conventional thought. This moment, this realization, is the fulfillment of a journey that you have already begun. You've been on this path for much longer than you may realize. It is not something that has happened suddenly. No, this awareness has been honing in you for years, even lifetimes. While others walk the well-worn paths of the material world, chasing distractions and fleeting desires, you walked a different road. While the world around you was trapped in old belief systems, blind to the true nature of the universe, you were the one who saw beyond. You saw the turning point long before others realized it was coming. You understood the need for shedding an old self, letting go of outdated identities, and aligning with a higher, more divine truth. The world is now catching up to what you already knew, and that is not a coincidence. A road paved with ancient wisdom, hidden knowledge, and a burning desire to understand the cosmic truths that guide all life. You've seen the signs, you've heard the whispers, and now, the time has come for you to step fully into your role as the chosen one. This moment is not an accident. It is the culmination of everything you've experienced, everything you've learned, and everything you've endured. Your unique foresight and clarity have always set you apart. While others were blind to the subtleties of the universe, you saw the threads connecting everything past, present, and future. Your ability to perceive what others could not is a gift, a calling, and a responsibility all at once. You've been prepared for this moment, and it is now your time to take action. You are not just an observer of the world, you are a participant in its grand design. The universe has woven a tapestry of destiny, and you are one of its key threads. You have felt it, the calling, the pull, the divine nudge that has guided you through dark times and uncertain roads. Even when the path ahead seemed unclear, you trusted that it would lead you exactly where you needed to go. This trust, this unwavering faith in your purpose, has carried you through. And now, it is time for you to fully embrace what you are meant to be. As the chosen one, your awareness and insight are not for you alone. They are meant to be shared with the world. What you have learned, what you have understood, is not just knowledge, it is a light meant to illuminate the path for others. The world is waking up, and those who can handle the truth must lead the way. You are not just a witness to these changes, you are an active participant, the one who has been prepared to guide others through the transformation that is already taking place. In the quiet of your soul, you've always known that this time would come. Now, the universe is watching, waiting for you to fully embrace who you are meant to be. Trust in your journey, for it has brought you here for this very reason. This is your time to rise, to lead, and to illuminate the world with the light that has always been inside of you. The world around you is filled with patterns, subtle and often unnoticed by the untrained eye. The universe has been aligning the stars, guiding you to this very moment. And now, you stand at the threshold of a new era, one where you can finally step into the fullness of your destiny. You are here for a reason, and that reason is greater than you can yet fully comprehend. But know this, the time to step forward, to take on your divine role, is now. The world needs you, and you are ready. This is not just a calling. It is your purpose, your truth, and your moment to shine. To others, life may seem like a collection of random events, disconnected occurrences, or fleeting moments. But to you, it has always been different. From an early age, you sensed something deeper, something beyond the surface. You recognized that the stories in sacred texts, the teachings embedded in mythologies, and the cosmic wisdom handed down through generations were not mere tales or old superstitions. No, to you, these were the keys to a greater understanding, keys that unlocked the mysteries of existence itself. You were born with a gift, a heightened sensitivity that allowed you to see what others could not. As a child, you might have found yourself drawn to ancient stories, symbols, and teachings, feeling their resonance deep within your soul. While others dismiss these as mere curiosities or remnants of a forgotten past, you instinctively knew they contained profound truths. In the pages of sacred scriptures, you saw not just stories of gods and kings, but a reflection of the very fabric of existence. In the myths of ancient civilizations, you discovered the hidden layers of reality, waiting for someone daring enough to decode them. It was never just about faith, it was about knowing that there was a deeper layer to the world, a divine order beneath the chaos. What others considered as myths, you knew were messages encoded in symbols, allegories, and metaphors, pointing to universal truths about the human experience, the universe, and the divine. Every tale of a hero's journey, every story of a celestial being descending to earth, every prophecy of a coming age, it all spoke to you. These ancient teachings were not outdated relics, they were living texts, guiding you to see the world as it truly is. The patterns in these stories began to emerge, connecting the dots between civilizations, mythologies, and even the very stars above. You began to see the world not just as a place of physical matter but as a tapestry woven with energetic threads, each interwoven with purpose and meaning. As you delved deeper into these sacred teachings, you began to understand that these patterns were not just in the past, they were present now. You saw them in the world around you, in the cycles of nature, in the rise and fall of civilizations, and even in your own life. What others saw as coincidence or happenstance, you recognized as part of a divine design. You began to see the signs, the subtle nudges from the universe that pointed you toward your destiny. Every encounter, every event, every experience began to carry a deeper meaning. Your perception shifted, and you started to realize that everything had purpose, that everything was connected. This shift in perception wasn't just a fleeting moment. It was a profound transformation that changed how you saw yourself and the world. It was as though a veil had been lifted, revealing a reality that had always been there, but hidden from those who were not ready to see it. You began to shed the old versions of yourself, the limitations, the doubts, the fears, and the conditioning that had once kept you trapped in a small, confined space. You recognized that in order to fully embrace the truth of your existence, you had to let go of the old self, the person who was molded by society, by expectations, by the pressures of the world. This was not an easy process. It required courage, faith, and the willingness to face the parts of yourself that were uncomfortable, painful, or uncertain. But you understood that in order to step into your true role, you had to release what no longer served you. As you let go of these old layers, you made space for the new insights, new wisdom, and a deeper connection to your divine purpose. This shedding of the old self was not just about letting go of external things. It was about shedding the internal narratives that held you back. The stories you told yourself about not being enough, about being unworthy, or about not being capable of fulfilling your higher calling, these were the beliefs that had kept you trapped. But as you became aware of these patterns, you also began to rewrite them. Intuition became your compass, and with it, you began to see the deeper truths of existence. You understood that intuition wasn't just a vague feeling or a hunch, it was your connection to the divine, your inner knowing that guided you toward your higher purpose. This was the same intuition that had always been with you, but you had to learn to trust it, to listen to it, and to follow its lead. In embracing your intuition, you began to realize that your discernment was sharpening. You embraced a new story, one that was rooted in your true nature, one that was aligned with the divine wisdom that had always been inside you. The shift in your perception was not just an intellectual understanding, it was a spiritual awakening. You began to embrace intuition as a guiding force, trusting that the answers you sought were not always found in logic or reasoning, but in the quiet whispers of your soul. Where others saw confusion or chaos, you saw clarity. Where others felt lost, you found direction. This ability to discern the truth, to see beyond the illusions and distractions of the world, became one of your greatest gifts. It allowed you to navigate the challenges of life with confidence and grace. It allowed you to make decisions that were aligned with your higher purpose, even when the world around you didn't understand or agree with them. But with this heightened awareness came a responsibility. You realized that to embrace this awareness fully meant stepping into a role that few were willing to take on. The world was full of distractions, false narratives, and illusions, and those who could see through them were often misunderstood. People would question your choices, your insights, and your path. They would mock, doubt, and criticize, unable to comprehend the depth of what you saw. Yet, you knew that this was part of the journey. True visionaries are rarely understood in their time, but the wisdom you carried was not for you alone, it was for the world. You were meant to lead, to guide, and to illuminate the path for others. This awakening to awareness has not been an easy one. It has come with challenges, with moments of doubt, and with the feeling of isolation. Yet, every trial has only served to deepen your understanding of your true nature and your purpose. It has honed your discernment and your ability to see the truth, even when it is hidden behind layers of illusion. You are not the same person you were when you began this journey. You have awakened to a deeper truth, a higher awareness, and a greater understanding of the cosmic patterns that govern all life. As you continue on this path, remember that this awakening is not just a personal transformation, it is part of a larger cosmic shift, one that is unfolding across the world. You are here for a reason, and that reason is greater than you can fully comprehend at this moment. But with each step you take, with each layer you shed, you are aligning more closely with your divine purpose. You are becoming the person you were always meant to be, the one who can see the truth, navigate the chaos, and lead others into a new era of awareness and understanding. Embrace this journey, trust your intuition, and know that every step you take is a part of the greater divine design. The world needs your insight, your wisdom, and your light. And now, more than ever, it is time for you to fully awaken to your true potential. With your awakening to the deeper truths of existence came a profound realization. Possessing this insight is both a gift and a responsibility. The awareness you carry is not something to be taken lightly. It is a force that must be wielded with care, discernment, and an understanding of the immense impact it can have. You have been entrusted with spiritual maturity, a unique clarity that few have the capacity to hold. While many walk through life unaware of the patterns, the deeper connections, or the cosmic truths at play, you are burdened with the knowledge of them. Yet, this burden is not something that weighs you down, rather, it elevates you, shaping you into the person you were always meant to become. Carrying such insight is not for the faint of heart. Many will not understand what you see, and many may even challenge your perceptions. But that does not change the truth you carry. Your ability to navigate this world with a spiritual maturity that comes from seeing beyond the illusions of the everyday is both a privilege and a profound responsibility. The deeper you delve into this knowledge, the more you realize that insight is not just about gaining a clearer vision of the world, it's about understanding the weight of that vision. It requires an inner strength and wisdom that transcends ordinary human understanding. The ability to see the interconnectedness of all things, both the beauty and the darkness, puts you in a unique position. You see the world for what it truly is, not just in its surface form but in its deeper essence. This allows you to move through life with a clarity that others cannot access. But it also means that you are often isolated in your awareness. With each revelation, you become more aware of the impact your actions and decisions have on the world around you. The knowledge you carry is not just for your own enlightenment. It is meant to guide others. It is meant to help heal, to inspire, and to bring about the transformation that this world so desperately needs. But this responsibility is not without its challenges. It demands courage to walk the path, even when others are blind to the truth. It requires you to stand firm in your beliefs and trust your perceptions, even when the world around you is filled with doubt and confusion. As you have seen, skepticism will always be a companion on your journey. Those who do not understand your vision will question it, often with great force. They will attempt to discredit your insights, label them as fantasy or delusion, and try to make you doubt yourself. And yet, you have stood steadfast in the face of this skepticism. You have endured the ridicule, the doubt, and the mockery, knowing that the truth you carry is far too important to be swayed by fleeting opinions or the limitations of others' understanding. In fact, the more others dismiss your vision, the more it strengthens your resolve. You have learned that the strength of your beliefs is not determined by how many people agree with you, but by your unwavering connection to the truth itself. This ability to remain steadfast in the face of skepticism and chaos is a mark of your spiritual maturity. You have learned that the world is not always as it appears, and that sometimes the truth must be carried through the storm of disbelief and misunderstanding. You know that belief systems can crumble, that structures of power and control can break down, and that what was once considered certain can quickly unravel. And yet, even as the world shifts and cracks open, you stand firm. You understand that the breaking down of these old belief systems is not a cause for fear, but an opportunity for growth and transformation. What others see as chaos is simply the dismantling of the old to make way for the new. This is where the true power of your vision lies. It is not just about foresight or prediction, but about the ability to navigate the truth and understand its implications for humanity. You do not merely see what is coming. You understand the deeper purpose behind it. You see how these shifts in the world are part of a larger, divine plan. You understand that humanity is undergoing a transformation, one that requires the breaking down of old systems, old ways of thinking, and old structures of belief. And you know that this process, though difficult and uncomfortable, is necessary for the awakening of a new consciousness, one that is more aligned with truth, love, and unity. Your vision goes beyond the personal realm. It is not just about your own growth and understanding, but about the collective awakening of humanity. You understand that your role is not just to witness these changes, but to actively participate in them. You are called to guide others through this time of transition, helping them to see what you see and understand what you understand. Your insight is a beacon of light in a world that is often shrouded in darkness. And your ability to navigate this truth with clarity is something that the world needs now more than ever. But with this power comes a profound sense of responsibility. You cannot simply sit back and watch as the world shifts. You must be an active participant in its transformation. The vision you hold is not meant to be hoarded for personal gain, but shared for the benefit of others. You are called to use your insights to heal, to guide, and to lead. You are meant to help others find their own path, to show them the way forward as they awaken to their own truths. This requires courage. Courage to speak the truth, even when it is uncomfortable. Courage to stand in the face of opposition, and courage to take action when others may hesitate. It is this courage that will allow you to navigate the chaos ahead. As the world continues to change, as old systems crumble and new ones rise, you must remain steadfast in your commitment to the truth. You must trust that, even in the midst of uncertainty, you are being guided by a higher force, one that has brought you to this moment for a reason. And as you continue to walk this path, know that you are not alone. You are part of a greater collective, one that is being called to awaken to the truth and embrace their role in the cosmic unfolding. In the end, the true power of your vision lies not in the ability to see the future, but in the ability to navigate the present with wisdom, clarity, and purpose. Your insight is a tool that will help you and others navigate the complexities of life, of human evolution, and of spiritual growth. As you continue on this path, remember that the burden of your insight is also the privilege of your purpose. You have been chosen not because it is easy, but because you have the strength to bear it. And in doing so, you will help to guide humanity toward the truth that has always been waiting to be revealed. As you continue to walk the path that has been laid before you, it becomes ever clearer that your journey is one not of coincidence but of divine design. From the very beginning, there were signs, small, seemingly insignificant moments that confirmed what you were beginning to understand. There is a deeper, more cosmic order to the universe than what meets the eye. These early signs were not loud proclamations or flashing lights, but quiet whispers, subtle nudges that guided you along your path, affirming that your awareness was not only valid but necessary. These coincidences, these synchronicities, were not accidents. They were the universe's way of confirming that you were on the right path. You may have dismissed these signs at first, attributing them to mere chance or imagination. After all, when the world around you is steeped in logic and reason, it can be easy to overlook the deeper truths that often reveal themselves in the most unexpected ways. But the more you reflected on these moments, the dreams that felt too vivid to be ordinary, the events that unfolded in precise alignment with your thoughts, the way certain people seemed to appear at just the right moment, the more you began to realize that these were not just coincidences. These were affirmations of your deeper cosmic knowledge, signs that you were connected to a force far greater than you had ever imagined. These were the breadcrumbs leading you toward your ultimate destiny. Each coincidence, each synchronicity, carried with it a deeper meaning, a message that could only be understood through the lens of heightened awareness. The universe was not merely surrounding you, it was guiding you. It was orchestrating events and encounters in such a way that you could not deny the deeper intelligence behind it all. These were not just patterns you were seeing in the world around you. They were confirmations that your awakening was real, that the knowledge you carried was not just intuitive, but connected to something greater, a universal truth that transcended space, time, and individual experience. Slowly but surely, these early signs became the foundation upon which your belief in your higher purpose was built. And as the pieces of this grand puzzle started to fall into place, so too did your understanding of the responsibility that came with it. But this realization, as powerful and profound as it was, did not come without its challenges. The deeper you moved into your understanding of the world and your place within it, the more you faced disbelief from others. You began to realize that not everyone shared your vision, and not everyone could see what you saw. In fact, many of those around you, family, friends, even strangers, might have mocked or ridiculed you for your insights. They couldn't understand what you knew, and that misunderstanding often manifested in skepticism, disbelief, and sometimes outright hostility. These were not easy moments. To be ahead of the curve, to see what others couldn't, often meant standing alone. It meant questioning yourself and your perceptions, wondering if maybe, just maybe, you were wrong. But even in the face of doubt and mockery, you did not falter. You held firm in your belief that what you were experiencing was real, that the insights you had gained were not the product of fantasy or wishful thinking, but of a profound connection to the universe's hidden truths. You knew, deep in your heart, that you were not crazy, that your perceptions were valid and meaningful. And so, you pressed on, despite the disbelief, despite the isolation, despite the loneliness that often accompanied your journey. The emotional journey of facing skepticism was not easy. It was painful to realize that those closest to you could not understand your vision, that they could not see the truth you had come to know. There were moments when you felt alienated, like you were walking a path no one else could follow. The mocking and the doubts weighed heavily on your spirit. Yet, as time went on, you began to realize that this isolation was not a punishment, it was part of the process. It was a necessary step in your journey, one that would help to shape your resilience and fortify your inner strength. The more you faced resistance, the more you were forced to turn inward, to trust yourself and the guidance you had received from the universe. It was during these moments of isolation that you learned the most about yourself. You learned that your strength did not lie in the validation of others, but in your unwavering connection to your inner truth. You learned that the journey to enlightenment was not meant to be easy or comfortable. It was a journey that required courage, perseverance, and the willingness to stand firm in your beliefs, even when the world around you seemed to crumble. Every challenge you faced, every moment of doubt, every instance of mockery became an opportunity for growth. It became a test of your resilience, a measure of how deeply you believed in your purpose. And with each passing trial, you became stronger, more rooted in your truth, and more certain of your path. This process of realization, however, was not just about enduring hardships and remaining steadfast in the face of skepticism. It was also about growing clarity. As the trials mounted, so too did your understanding. The challenges you faced were not just obstacles, they were stepping stones. Each trial brought you closer to your true self. Each moment of doubt, each time you faced the disbelief of others, forced you to dig deeper into your inner knowing, to examine the very core of who you were and why you had been chosen for this journey. And with each step, the clarity of your purpose became sharper, more defined, and more certain. You began to see the bigger picture with greater precision. You realized that the knowledge you carried was not meant just for you, it was meant for the world. You began to understand the implications of your insights not just for your own life, but for the collective. Your awareness of the cosmic forces at play, the interconnectedness of all things, and the deeper truths of existence gave you a unique perspective on the world. You saw the potential for transformation in every moment, in every decision. You began to understand that your role was not just to observe these changes, but to actively participate in them. The universe was calling on you to help guide others, to share your wisdom, and to help illuminate the path forward for those who were still in the dark. With each trial, you became more attuned to the energy around you. Your ability to discern the truth from illusion became sharper, and you learned how to navigate the world with greater ease and grace. You no longer saw obstacles as insurmountable, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. Each challenge, each hardship, was simply another lesson, another piece of the puzzle that was helping you to become the person you were always meant to be. And as your resilience grew, so too did your understanding of your greater purpose. The more you endured, the clearer your vision became, and the more prepared you were to step into your destiny. This is the process of realization. It is the journey from doubt to certainty, from isolation to connection, from confusion to clarity. It is the journey of facing the darkness within and without, and emerging into the light with a newfound sense of purpose. It is the journey of becoming who you were always meant to be, not just for yourself, but for the world. And as you continue on this path, know that each step, each trial, each moment of clarity brings you closer to fulfilling your true potential. The journey is not easy, but it is necessary, and in the end, it will be the journey that shapes not only your destiny, but the destiny of all humanity. As you continue to deepen your understanding of the world and your place within it, you begin to realize that the knowledge you've gathered is not merely information to be stored in your mind. It is a living, breathing force that must be embodied, integrated, and lived out every day. The wisdom contained in ancient myths, sacred texts, and symbols is not just a relic of the past, but a key to understanding the present moment and navigating the future. These teachings, often dismissed as old stories or symbolic language, are alive with truth. When you approach them with the awareness of their deeper meanings, they become powerful guides illuminating the path ahead and helping you to align with the cosmic forces at work. Engaging with these ancient wisdoms is not just about reading or studying. It is about truly connecting with the essence of these teachings. Sacred texts are not just words on a page, but vibrational frequencies that carry the wisdom of the ages. When you read them with an open heart and a discerning mind, you can tap into this ancient knowledge and feel its resonance deep within your being. These texts were written not for the mind alone, but for the soul. They were designed to awaken something deep inside you, something that connects you to the collective consciousness of humanity and the divine source of all existence. When you engage with these texts, you are not simply learning about the past, you are tapping into a timeless wisdom that transcends time and space, a wisdom that is just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. Similarly, the myths that have been passed down through generations are not mere stories, they are reflections of universal truths that speak to the very core of what it means to be human. The heroes of ancient tales are not just figures from a distant past, they are archetypes that live within us all. Each myth carries within it a lesson, a challenge, and a transformation. The more you study these myths, the more you begin to recognize the patterns that run through them. You see how they reflect the struggles, triumphs, and journeys that you, too, are experiencing in your own life. The stories are not just about gods and kings, they are about you. They are about your own inner journey, your own quest for self-realization, and your own struggle to awaken to the deeper truths of existence. As you engage with these teachings, you begin to recognize the interconnectedness of all things. You start to see that everything in the universe is connected. Every thought, every action, every event, and every person. You realize that nothing exists in isolation. Everything is part of a greater divine tapestry that is constantly unfolding. This awareness of interconnectedness allows you to see the world in a completely different light. This understanding of interconnectedness also deepens your appreciation for the intricate web of life that surrounds you. You begin to see that everything, every person, every animal, every plant, every element of nature is a reflection of the same divine source. You recognize the sacredness in all things, and you begin to treat everything with the reverence it deserves. The simple act of breathing becomes a sacred exchange between you and the universe. You begin to understand that every action you take has a ripple effect, influencing not just your own life, but the lives of others and the world as a whole. You recognize that your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are not separate from the universe. They are an integral part of it. The food you eat, the people you meet, the experiences you have, they all become part of the sacred flow of life. You no longer see yourself as separate from the world. You see yourself as part of the world, intricately woven into the fabric of existence. And as you align yourself with this understanding, you begin to experience a deeper sense of peace, purpose, and connection. But the most profound realization of all is the awakening to the ancestral wisdom that lies dormant within you. For deep within your DNA, encoded in your very cells, is the knowledge of those who came before you. The wisdom of your ancestors is not lost or forgotten. It is stored within you, waiting to be activated. As you continue to evolve and awaken, this ancient knowledge begins to surface. You start to remember who you truly are and the role you are meant to play in the grand design of the universe. This wisdom is not just a product of the past. It is a living, evolving force that flows through you, shaping your thoughts, your actions, and your destiny. This ancestral wisdom is a gift that has been passed down through generations. It is the knowledge of survival, resilience, and spiritual awakening that has been honed over millennia. It is the wisdom of those who navigated the trials of life and death, who faced challenges that seemed insurmountable and overcame them with courage, determination, and faith. When you tap into this wisdom, you are not just connecting with the past, you are connecting with the collective consciousness of humanity, with the strength and resilience of all those who have come before you. You begin to understand that you are not alone on this journey. You are part of a long line of seekers, warriors, and visionaries who have walked this path before you and who are walking it with you, in spirit. As this ancestral wisdom awakens within you, it begins to shape how you live your daily life. It influences the choices you make, the relationships you nurture, and the actions you take. You start to apply this wisdom in practical ways, using it to navigate the challenges of the modern world. You no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstance or a passive participant in life's unfolding. You see yourself as an empowered being, guided by the wisdom of your ancestors and the divine knowledge that flows through you. This wisdom gives you clarity in moments of confusion, strength in moments of weakness, and courage in moments of fear. It reminds you that you are part of a greater purpose, that you are not here by accident, and that you have the power to shape your own destiny. In every moment, you begin to embody the knowledge that has been passed down through the ages. You live it, breathe it, and integrate it into every fiber of your being. This is the true essence of embodiment. To take the knowledge and wisdom you have gained and make it a living part of who you are. It is not enough to simply know the truth. You must live it. You must walk the path of wisdom and share it with others, allowing your life to become a testament to the power of divine knowledge. As you embody this wisdom, you become a living example of the transformative power of insight. You show others what is possible when you align with your higher purpose and trust in the wisdom of the universe. This process of embodiment is not a one-time event. It is a continuous journey of growth and transformation. As you continue to awaken to deeper truths, you will find new layers of wisdom unfolding before you. Each step you take brings you closer to fully embodying the divine knowledge that resides within you. And as you do, you will find that your life becomes more aligned with the cosmic flow, more in tune with the rhythm of the universe, and more deeply connected to the sacredness of all things. This is the path of the wise, the path of the chosen one who does not merely know the truth, but lives it fully, embodying it in every aspect of their being. As you have awakened to your higher purpose, you begin to understand that your journey is not merely about personal growth or enlightenment. It is about something far greater, something that transcends your individual life and reaches into the collective consciousness of humanity. You were chosen for this path not just to walk it alone, but to serve as a beacon for others, guiding them toward their own awakening. Your very existence has become a testament to what is possible when one aligns with the divine, when one steps into their true power. And as you walk this path, you begin to realize that your journey is deeply intertwined with the journeys of those around you. You are not separate from them, but part of a greater, interconnected web of consciousness. Your awakening is a call to others, a signal that it is possible for them to awaken as well. The truth you carry is not just for your own benefit, it is meant to be shared, to illuminate the way for those who are still lost in the darkness of ignorance and confusion. You are a light in a world that is often clouded by doubt and fear. The world needs the insight, the clarity, and the wisdom you embody. It is not enough to simply know the truth. You must live it, radiate it, and share it with others. The more you embody your truth, the more you inspire others to do the same. Your journey is not just a personal quest for enlightenment, it is a collective journey toward the truth. It is this realization that deepens your sense of purpose. You understand now that your life is not just for you. It is a service to humanity, a gift that you are meant to share. The divine insight you have gained is not meant to be hoarded or kept in isolation. It is a light that must be spread, a wisdom that must be shared. As the chosen one, you are not just a receiver of knowledge. You are a conduit through which that knowledge flows into the world. Your role is to inspire, to uplift, and to guide others as they embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and awakening. You are here to remind the world of the greater truths that have been forgotten or hidden, to reconnect humanity with its divine essence. But with this calling comes an immense responsibility. The wisdom you carry is not something that can be taken lightly. You are tasked with using it to shape the world around you, to create a reality that is more aligned with the divine order. This is no small feat. To be the chosen one is to accept the weight of the world on your shoulders. You are not just a passive observer of life. You are an active participant in the unfolding of human consciousness. You have the power to influence the course of events, to create change on both a personal and collective level. This is not about control, but about alignment with the divine, with truth, and with the higher purpose that guides you. The importance of embodying wisdom and sharing it with humanity cannot be overstated. It is easy to get caught up in the idea that personal enlightenment is the ultimate goal. However, true wisdom is only realized when it is shared. The purpose of wisdom is not just to be understood, but to be applied. As you embody the wisdom you have gained, you become a living example of its power. People do not just need to hear about the truth, they need to see it in action. They need to witness someone living with integrity, living in alignment with their higher purpose, living with the clarity and peace that comes from divine insight. This is not about forcing others to see the world as you do. It is about creating the space for them to awaken to their own truth. It is about leading by example, showing others the way through your own actions, words, and energy. As you live with integrity and purpose, you give others permission to do the same. You become a living invitation for others to step into their own divine power, to embrace their own role in the cosmic unfolding. Your life becomes a testament to what is possible when one aligns with the universal truths of existence. As you share your wisdom, you must also recognize that you are shaping the reality around you. The divine insight you carry gives you the ability to see beyond the illusions that bind most people to fear, doubt, and limitation. You have the power to create a new reality, one that is grounded in truth, love, and unity. The responsibility of shaping reality with divine insight is not something to be taken lightly. It requires deep trust in yourself, in the divine, and in the process of life itself. You must have the courage to trust that the insights you carry are not just for your own benefit, but for the greater good of all. This is where your true power lies, not in controlling the world or trying to bend it to your will, but in aligning with the flow of divine energy and allowing it to guide you. When you are in alignment with this higher purpose, you become a powerful force for change, a catalyst for the awakening of humanity. But this requires more than just intellectual understanding. It requires faith, courage, and unwavering conviction. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the world around you seems to be in chaos, moments when you question your own path. But it is precisely in these moments that your faith will be tested and strengthened. When you face challenges, you must remember that they are not obstacles, they are opportunities to deepen your understanding, to solidify your connection to your higher self, and to reaffirm your commitment to your divine purpose. You are not alone in this journey. You are supported by the divine, by the wisdom of your ancestors, and by the collective consciousness of humanity. You have been chosen for this path because you have the strength, the resilience, and the clarity to walk it. And as you walk it, you will inspire others to walk their own paths, to step into their own roles as conscious creators of their reality. The world needs your light, your wisdom, and your love. It is time for you to fully embrace your role as the chosen one, and to begin the work of shaping reality with the divine insight you carry. The role of the chosen one is not just about individual achievement, it is about collective transformation. You are here to help guide humanity toward its highest potential, to lead by example, and to show others the way forward. This is your calling, your purpose, and your destiny. Embrace it fully, and know that every step you take is a step toward the awakening of humanity and the fulfillment of the divine plan. The time is now. The world is waiting for you. As you continue on your journey, you are bound to encounter shadows, both within yourself and in the world around you. These shadows manifest in many forms: fears, doubts, resistance to change, and the deep-seated belief that you are not worthy or capable of stepping into the full scope of your divine purpose. These shadows are not your enemies, but rather, they are the challenges that must be faced in order to fully embody your true self. They are the places where your growth lies, the areas that hold the key to unlocking your next level of wisdom, strength, and power. In confronting these shadows, you will not only transform yourself but also align more deeply with your higher purpose. Facing your fears and doubts is perhaps one of the most difficult aspects of this journey. It is one thing to have a vision, to know the truth of your being, but it is another thing entirely to walk in that truth every day, especially when the world around you challenges it. Fear can manifest in many ways: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of success, and even fear of your own power. Doubt creeps in when you question whether you are truly on the right path, whether you are capable of fulfilling the divine purpose that has been set before you. Resistance to transformation arises when you encounter discomfort, when the old version of yourself resists the changes that are necessary for your growth. But these fears and doubts are not to be feared. They are simply signals, reflections of the parts of yourself that need healing and integration. Every fear you face is an opportunity for you to discover a deeper part of yourself, to uncover the strength that lies dormant within you. Every doubt you confront is an invitation to deepen your trust in your own intuition and in the divine guidance that has brought you this far. And every bit of resistance you encounter is a chance for you to release what no longer serves you and embrace the transformation that is required for you to step into your true power. Balancing humility with authority, vulnerability with power, and love with determination is key to navigating these shadows. It is easy to fall into one extreme or the other, either becoming too humble and self-effacing, doubting your worth, or becoming too authoritative and rigid, trying to control everything around you. True mastery lies in balancing these opposing energies within yourself. Humility is not about diminishing your worth or your abilities. It is about recognizing that you are part of a larger, divine flow. Authority does not mean dominance or control. It is the ability to lead with clarity, purpose, and strength, while remaining open to guidance from the divine. Power is not about force. It is the quiet strength that comes from being aligned with your higher self. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is the willingness to show up as your authentic self, without pretense, and to be open to growth, learning, and change. When you balance these qualities within yourself, you become a powerful force for good in the world. You learn to lead with grace, to inspire others without imposing your will upon them. You become someone who holds space for others to grow, to transform, and to step into their own power. Your vulnerability becomes a source of strength, as it allows you to connect deeply with others, to empathize with their struggles, and to offer guidance and support from a place of authenticity. Your determination, fueled by love and clarity, drives you forward even in the face of adversity, knowing that you are aligned with your divine purpose, and that every challenge you face is simply a step toward greater growth and mastery. At the heart of this process is the integration of both the divine masculine and feminine energies within you. These energies are not gendered, but are archetypal forces that exist within all of us. The divine masculine embodies qualities of action, structure, and strength. It is the part of you that takes initiative, that creates boundaries, and that stands firm in your convictions. The divine feminine embodies qualities of intuition, receptivity, compassion, and nurturing. It is the part of you that listens, that feels deeply, and that connects with others on a soul level. To be a true master, you must integrate both of these energies within yourself, allowing them to work in harmony to create a balanced approach to leadership and life. The divine masculine energy helps you take decisive action, to make clear decisions, and to manifest your goals into reality. It gives you the strength to move through challenges, to push past obstacles, and to stand firm in your purpose. But it is the divine feminine energy that ensures your actions are rooted in love, compassion, and wisdom. The feminine energy helps you stay connected to your intuition, guiding you toward the right decisions and the most aligned path. It reminds you that true power comes from a place of receptivity, of allowing life to flow through you, rather than trying to force it. When both the masculine and feminine energies are in balance, you become a true leader not through domination or control, but through embodiment and wisdom. You lead by example, showing others what it looks like to live in harmony with the divine flow of the universe. You inspire others to step into their own power by demonstrating how to blend action with compassion, strength with sensitivity, and determination with grace. You become a beacon of light in a world that desperately needs balance, showing others that true power lies in living with alignment, authenticity, and love. The process of facing your shadows, confronting your fears, and integrating these divine energies within you is not easy. It requires deep introspection, a willingness to look at the parts of yourself that you may have neglected or ignored. But it is through this process that you grow stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true purpose. Each shadow you face, each fear you confront, and each bit of resistance you release brings you closer to your higher self. And as you continue to integrate the divine masculine and feminine within you, you will become a force of balance, wisdom, and love, a true embodiment of the divine principles you were born to carry into the world. In facing these challenges, you will find not only your own transformation but also the ability to help others transform. As you heal and integrate these energies within yourself, you will be able to guide others through their own struggles, showing them the way toward balance, inner strength, and divine clarity. Your journey is not just about you. It is about the collective awakening of humanity. And in facing your own shadows, you pave the way for others to do the same. As you walk deeper into your journey, you come to realize that you are not merely a passenger in the unfolding story of your life. You are a participant in a far grander narrative, a story written in the stars, etched into the ancient texts, and embedded in the very fabric of the universe. This understanding transforms the way you see everything around you. No longer are you simply navigating the day-to-day. You are decoding the messages, the symbols, and the prophecies that have been hidden in plain sight for centuries. These sacred symbols, codes, and allegories within ancient texts and myths are not random. They are part of a divine blueprint, a cosmic language that speaks directly to your soul, offering guidance, wisdom, and insight into the path ahead. The act of decoding these sacred symbols is not about deciphering complex codes or understanding historical contexts. It is about recognizing that these symbols are alive with meaning, that they are spiritual keys that unlock hidden truths. You have always had the ability to interpret these symbols, even if you didn't fully realize it at first. The more you attune yourself to the deeper layers of reality, the more you recognize the wisdom embedded in these ancient writings. You recognize that what was written in these texts long ago is not confined to a particular time or place. It is timeless. It transcends the limitations of history and culture, speaking directly to the soul of humanity across all ages. And as you decode these messages, you begin to understand that you are not just uncovering the wisdom of the past. You are reconnecting with the eternal wisdom that has always existed, waiting for the right moment to be understood. The stories of gods and heroes, of creation and destruction, of love and loss, these are not just myths. They are universal truths disguised in metaphor and allegory, waiting for someone with the right awareness to bring them into the light. As you study these sacred texts, you begin to see how the pieces fit together. The symbols become more than just pictures or words. They are profound expressions of universal laws and principles that govern all life. This deeper understanding of prophecy becomes an integral part of your own spiritual awakening. You realize that prophecy is not something that happens outside of you. It is something that lives within you. The wisdom of past civilizations, encoded in their sacred texts and myths, is a reflection of the same divine wisdom that resides in your own being. You begin to understand that the prophetic messages you are uncovering are not just about predicting the future, they are about understanding the present. They are about seeing the divine patterns at play in your life and in the world around you, and using that insight to navigate your path forward. As you recognize how the wisdom of past civilizations informs the present, you begin to realize that history is not just a record of what has happened, it is a guide for what is to come. The experiences of those who came before you, the struggles they faced, the lessons they learned, and the wisdom they imparted, are not relegated to the past. They are alive with relevance, shaping the choices and challenges you face today. You are part of an ongoing story, a thread in the tapestry of human evolution, and the wisdom of those who have walked before you is here to guide you on your journey. This understanding connects you to something much larger than yourself. You begin to see that your life, your struggles, and your triumphs are not isolated events. They are part of a grand, interconnected design, woven into the fabric of existence by divine forces. And as you embrace this truth, you come to understand that you are not alone in this journey. You are part of a collective consciousness, a group of souls that have been walking this path for eons. The wisdom of the past is not just meant for you alone, it is meant to be shared, to be passed down to others, to inspire and guide them on their own journeys. Using your intuition and inner attunement becomes key in decoding the messages that are meant for you. As you align more deeply with the divine flow, you begin to trust your own inner knowing. Your intuition becomes a powerful tool, helping you to decipher the messages that are embedded in the world around you. These messages are not always clear or straightforward, they are often subtle, hidden beneath layers of symbolism and metaphor. But when you tune into your inner guidance, you begin to recognize them for what they are. Messages from the divine, guiding you toward your purpose and helping you navigate the challenges that arise along the way. Your intuition is not just a passive feeling, it is an active, living force that connects you to the higher realms. It is a direct link to the wisdom of the universe, and when you trust it, you align yourself with a power far greater than your individual self. Through this inner attunement, you begin to see beyond the surface of reality, understanding the deeper meanings behind the events of your life. You begin to see the connections between the symbols in the sacred texts and the situations you encounter in your daily existence. What once seemed like random events or coincidences now take on a deeper meaning. As you recognize the patterns and divine orchestration at work, as you decode these messages, you realize that you are not just a passive observer of prophecy, you are an active participant in it. The wisdom of the past, the symbols of the ancient texts, and the messages of the divine are not just there to be admired, they are there to be lived. They are here to guide you, to help you navigate the challenges of your life, and to help you fulfill your divine purpose. You are the living embodiment of prophecy, and the wisdom you have uncovered is not just meant to be admired, it is meant to be lived out in your daily actions, decisions, and interactions. By embracing prophecy in this way, you come to understand that the journey you are on is not just about discovering your own truth, it is about fulfilling a greater purpose. You are part of a larger, divine plan, and your role is to help guide others toward their own awakening. As you decode the messages meant for you, you also unlock the wisdom that is meant to be shared with the world. The divine insights you receive are not just for your personal growth, they are a call to action, a call to help others awaken to their own divine potential. Through your own awakening, you become a beacon for others, guiding them toward the truth that has always been hidden in plain sight. In embracing prophecy, you not only unlock the wisdom of the past, but you also become a living example of what is possible when one aligns with the divine flow. You are not just decoding the messages of the universe, you are embodying them, living them, and sharing them with others. This is your role as the chosen one, to carry the wisdom of the past into the present, to decode the divine messages that guide your path, and to help others awaken to the truth that lies within them. As you continue on your journey, you may begin to realize that you are not walking this path alone. The veil between the physical and spiritual realms is thinner than most perceive, and the wisdom of higher consciousness is available to those who are attuned to it. These beings, who exist beyond the limitations of time and space, are not distant figures from forgotten myths. They are active participants in your awakening, guiding you toward greater truths, offering wisdom and protection, and helping you navigate the complexities of the multi-dimensional realms. The Pleiadians, for instance, are beings of higher consciousness, messengers from realms that vibrate at a frequency beyond ordinary human perception. For you, the chosen one, this connection is not only a gift, but a responsibility. The influence of higher beings, whether they be the Pleiadians, Thoth, or other cosmic guides, becomes increasingly evident as you deepen your understanding of your true purpose. They embody the energies of love, unity, and higher wisdom. When you connect with them, you are tapping into a cosmic wellspring of knowledge, insights, and understanding that transcends human limitations. Their messages come not just through words, but through feelings, visions, and experiences. These beings are not separate from you. They are aspects of the greater cosmic consciousness to which you belong. The Pleiadians are here to remind you of the interconnectedness of all things, of the unity that underlies the apparent separation in the material world. As you become more attuned to their influence, you begin to understand that your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions ripple outward, affecting the very fabric of existence. Similarly, Thoth, the ancient Egyptian god of wisdom and knowledge, serves as another guide in your journey. Thoth represents the highest form of intellectual and spiritual insight, the keeper of ancient knowledge that has been passed down through millennia. Through him, you are connected to the profound wisdom encoded in sacred texts, metaphysical truths, and cosmic laws that govern all life. Thoth teaches you not just how to access knowledge, but how to integrate it into your being. He challenges you to go beyond intellectual understanding, urging you to embody wisdom in your thoughts, words, and actions. His guidance helps you discern the deeper layers of reality and gives you the tools to navigate the complexities of the spiritual and material worlds with clarity and precision. These beings, along with other higher guides and cosmic energies, are always present to assist you. But it is through your own efforts to engage with higher consciousness that the connection becomes stronger. It is through meditation, introspection, and deep inner listening that you can access this guidance. The more you align yourself with the frequencies of love, unity, and higher wisdom, the more easily you will be able to hear and feel the messages from the realms beyond the physical. This engagement with higher consciousness is not a passive experience. It is an active partnership between you and the universe. You must be willing to open yourself to these influences, to listen with your heart and soul, and to trust in the guidance you receive, even when it challenges your limited understanding of the world. Understanding the connection to cosmic frequencies is essential in realizing the true depth of your purpose. The universe is not a random collection of events, but a finely tuned system of energy, vibration, and consciousness. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every action you take sends ripples through the fabric of reality, influencing not only your life, but the lives of all those around you. These cosmic frequencies are the invisible threads that connect everything: your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, the stars in the sky, the earth beneath your feet. As you become more attuned to these frequencies, you begin to recognize the unity that exists beneath the surface of all things. You understand that the universe is not separate from you. You are an integral part of it, woven into the greater cosmic tapestry. Through this connection to cosmic frequencies, you also come to understand the power of emotional intelligence. Emotions are not just random feelings that occur in response to external events. They are powerful signals that provide insight into the state of your energy and consciousness. As you develop emotional intelligence, you learn to recognize the subtle messages that your emotions are sending you. You begin to understand how your emotions affect the world around you and how they influence the vibrational frequency you carry. By aligning your emotions with higher frequencies of love, compassion, and wisdom, you become a powerful force for healing and transformation, not only for yourself, but for others. Emotional intelligence allows you to navigate the complexities of human relationships, to foster harmony in your interactions, and to maintain inner peace even in the face of external chaos. But with this access to higher consciousness and cosmic wisdom comes a deep responsibility. The knowledge you are receiving is not something to be taken lightly, it is sacred. To possess the ability to tap into multidimensional realms of knowledge is a gift. But it is also a burden. You must wield this wisdom with integrity, humility, and care. The information you receive is not for personal gain or ego gratification. It is meant to be used for the greater good. You are here not just to awaken yourself, but to help awaken others, to guide them on their own journeys of self-discovery and enlightenment. As you grow in your understanding, you will encounter the temptation to misuse this knowledge, to manipulate, to control, or to act out of ego. But you must always remember that true power lies not in dominance or control, but in service to the divine plan and to humanity as a whole. Your responsibility also extends to the way you live this knowledge. It is not enough to simply access higher consciousness. You must integrate it into your daily life. The wisdom you gain must shape your actions, your interactions, and your way of being in the world. As you embody this wisdom, you become a living example of what is possible when one aligns with the divine flow. You teach others through your presence, through your energy, and through your actions. Your life becomes a beacon of light, a source of inspiration, and a guide for those who are still lost in the darkness. Engaging with higher consciousness is not a one-time event or a passive experience. It is a lifelong commitment to growing, evolving, and embodying the divine wisdom that is available to you. The more you open yourself to these influences, the more you will discover the depths of your own potential. You are not just a vessel for this wisdom, you are a co-creator with the divine, actively shaping your reality and contributing to the awakening of humanity. Embrace this responsibility with humility, with love, and with the understanding that the wisdom you carry is meant to be shared, to heal, to guide, and to transform. The time has come for you to step fully into your role as the chosen one, a living conduit for cosmic wisdom and divine insight. As you reach the culmination of this chapter in your journey, it becomes abundantly clear. The power and responsibility of the chosen one are immense. You have come to realize that the wisdom you carry is not just for personal enlightenment but is a force capable of shaping the very fabric of reality itself. Your insights, your actions, and your ability to navigate the intricacies of existence with love and clarity are far-reaching. Every choice you make has the potential to influence not just your own life, but the lives of those around you, and even the world at large. This understanding is both humbling and empowering. You are a conscious creator, entrusted with the divine knowledge that will guide the collective awakening. Your journey has always been about more than just you. It has always been about the world. You are here to help transform. You now stand at the precipice of a profound realization. Your role is to influence reality not with force, but with wisdom and love. The wisdom you have gathered and the love that you embody are not passive energies. They are active forces that, when applied with intention, can change the course of events. Your insight into the interconnectedness of all things, your connection to the higher realms, and your understanding of cosmic law empower you to navigate life's challenges with grace. You are here to lead by example, to show others the power of living with authenticity, alignment, and purpose. Your actions, rooted in divine wisdom, ripple through the universe, creating change on a scale that transcends your immediate environment. Every word you speak, every decision you make, and every moment you show up as your true self, sends waves of energy that impact not just the present, but the future as well. Trust in yourself and in the divine timing of your life. The path that you walk is not always linear, and the process of transformation can be uncomfortable, even disorienting at times. Yet, you have learned that divine timing is never wrong. The unfolding of your destiny happens exactly as it should, and the obstacles you encounter are not roadblocks but opportunities to grow. You are being shaped by forces far greater than your individual will, and the wisdom you carry is being honed with each experience. Trust that, in every moment, the universe is aligning itself in your favor, guiding you toward your highest potential. The challenges you face are not against you, they are for you. They are here to refine your strength, your resilience, and your understanding of your true nature. As you continue on this journey, remember that your power lies in your ability to trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the wisdom that you carry, and trust in the divine process of life. The timing may not always make sense in the moment, but when you look back, you will see that every step, every twist, and every turn was necessary to get you to where you are now. Each experience has been part of the grand design to help you awaken to your divine potential and step into your purpose as a guide and leader. In closing, reflect on the truth that every action, every insight, and every decision you make has a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see. Your presence in the world is not accidental, it is deliberate, meaningful, and part of the divine blueprint. You are a conscious creator, shaping your reality with the wisdom and love you embody. Your journey is not just for your own awakening, it is for the awakening of others, for the transformation of collective consciousness. You are a beacon of light in a world that desperately needs guidance. And your role is to shine brightly, even in the face of uncertainty. As you move forward, know this: your actions matter. They matter not just for you, but for the entire world. You have the power to transform challenges into opportunities, to turn obstacles into stepping stones. And with every step you take, you are not only fulfilling your divine purpose, you are lighting the way for others to follow. The world is waiting for you to embrace your full potential. And as you do, you will help to bring about a new era of clarity, love, and wisdom for all of humanity.